Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to Team Lonely Child Boxing, keeping it real boxing, everything boxing, man. How y'all doing today on this Monday afternoon? Got a lot to get into. So much that I can't even get into on this one, on this one podcast or this one event or this one show. But we will get to it as the week goes on, and I've got a few guests that may pop in a little later. But for now, let's get it popping, get it cranking, get this thing going and going, man. We got so much going on, man. We got a lot going on. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And when y'all tap in from here on out, whenever you comment, whatever you say, I'm gonna put it up on the screen so everybody can see your comment. We can all discuss it together so everybody can know what the comments was and what's going on and all that, man. But we ready to get it cracking. We ready to get it cracking. Team on the child box and get us a hot second, and we gonna get it in. Right, right. All right, let's go. We're gonna start this show off was we got some really bad news. Over the weekend, we lost one of our pioneers, one of our giants, one of the greatest fighters that ever lived, one of my personal favorites, one that mm, words can't describe this guy. We lost Marvin Hagler. And I'm gonna spend some time with that. Y'all, when y'all chime in, just put your comments up there, put your favorite Marvin Hagler moment, type in your favorite Marvin Hagler moment, and we'll go from there, man. Because he's worthy of this dude. He's worthy of this time. So we're gonna spend some time with him on him. And as people chime in, as we go through some of these topics, when people chime in, I'm gonna allow them to tell their, favorite Marvin Hagler moment as well because he deserved it. He deserved it. Pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. One of the fighters that as a kid, I used to, sneak in, with my, I was too young to watch the fights, but I still would sneak in the corner to peep to watch his fights and just remember him, in some epic battles. Mugabe comes to mind. One of the greatest wars ever to be put on, that you could ever watch. Like if you get a chance, man, if you're a true die-hard boxing fan and you like the blood and guts of the wars and all the, the bricks and grams of fights, go on back and look up that Mugabe fight, man. You can get some popcorn and sit down and watch that fight right now and get everything you're looking for and get everything you asked for. One of the greatest battles ever. You know what I mean? And of course, we remember the fight with him and Sugar Ray Leonard, and that's forever. I remember people had to go all the way to the Capitol Center to watch those fights on what they call closed circuit TV. You know what I mean? Before we would get pay per view and all that kind of stuff, you had to go to the Capitol Center, pay to get in, and then watch it on the closed circuit TV. They had to do that when he fought Sugar Ray Leonard. You had to do that with. We talk about Marvin Hagler, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you got a comment about Marvin Hagler, a favorite Hagler moment, put it in the comments. I'll post it on the screen. You know what I mean? But definitely, Marvin was definitely one of my favorites, and we all remember the fight when he fought Tommy Hearns. That may be the greatest first round of boxing, one of the greatest rounds in boxing history. You can look at that one round and be full. After that one round, you didn't. The rest of the fight was already solidified. It only went 3 rounds, but that's one of the best 3 rounds of boxing you ever see in your life, man. He just was one of those tenacious, unstoppable guys. I was so mad when after the Sugar Ray fight, he just left and never came back. You know what I mean? He's one of those fighters that I would get up to watch every single time he fought, man. You know what I mean? He just was that kind of cat, man. Tenacious, one of the best. We wish we had fighters of today to follow in his claw. Didn't matter who it was, didn't matter where it was, didn't matter how it was. Hagler was always down to put that work in. Hagler was always was willing to put on his hard hat and come to boogie. He always would tell his opponents he's willing to break every bone in their body and they're gonna have to hit him with the ring post to get out of there. So like I said, man, any comments, any thoughts on Marvin Hagler? Put it in the comment section. Like I said, when my other guests chime in today, we will revisit that as well. Moving on. It's official. Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is official. They officially signed a fight, a 2-fight deal, meaning, just in case, something go funny with the first one, they'll run it back. So, my thoughts on that, thank you. Thank you. For two reasons. One, let's get the epic unification bout that everybody's been thirsting for. Let's get the epic fight that everybody been looking for. We have a mega fight. It ain't the mega fight. Yeah, I'm gonna say it is a mega fight we want. It don't matter. Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, so now he gets to fight Joshua. Joshua Fury is the fight that, of course, over there they've been thirsting for, and over there they wanted it, but we finally got it. Joshua versus Tyson Fury. And I honestly think, off the top of my head, I gotta pick Fury. I gotta pick Fury. Fury's just one of those guys that I'm not saying he can't be beat, but you gotta show me. You gotta show me you can beat him. Somebody's gotta prove to me he can be beat. Because right now he's looking like the creme of the creme out there. So I do pick Fury to win, but I am going to be voting for Anthony Joshua. Nothing against Tyson Fury. It's just that I just like Joshua's story. I like what Joshua stands for. I like what Joshua brings to the table. I like, some of the things he do. You know what I mean? He, like I said, man, he said, let's talk more action. He's willing to fight in whoever, whenever, and I think he's ready to really shine right now. So I think he learned from the loss from Andy Ruiz as well. But like I said, I pick Fury, but I would like to see Joshua win that fight, and then after that, give Wilder his shot. So Wilder can fight. And it gives Wilder a chance to fight a couple keep busy fights, a couple fights to get his burns about him, and he can get the winner of the two fights between them later on down the line and get his chance to get back in there. And hopefully it's Joshua. But like I said, I picked Fury, but would love, 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 love to see Joshua pull that off. I would love to see I want that Joshua. I want a Joshua Wilder fight. I think we know how a third. I mean, I know people are mad. I see people commenting over there saying they wish they mad because Deontay Wilder didn't get his run back, and mad because Deontay Wilder not getting the third fight. I'm not mad at that because I think in my mind, I think I know how a third Fury Wilder fight is going to go. I don't think we're going to see anything different. I think we're going to see another, Fury finding ways to avoid his punches, Fury finding ways to steal rounds, and we're hoping that Wilder can land that one shot, and he may land it, he may not, and it just doesn't bode well. The style Fury uses and everything Fury does not bode well for Deontay Wilder. He's gonna have to do some things differently in training. He's got to do some things differently to make the fight be different. But right now, until I see him like even practicing different things in training, I can't say where the fight, will go any different. So I want go ahead, move on. Let Fury move on, fight this unification bout. Let all the bells and whistles go over there. It's gonna be all kinds of noise. It's gonna be all kinds of bells and whistles. It's gonna be all kinds of. They're gonna pour it on thick, but hey, man, let them have their moment. Just be a good sport. Let whatever play out, and then fight the winner. You know what I mean? And then fight the winner, and then we can get, all everything that we need, out of that division right there. But I'm definitely excited that the fight is signed. I'm definitely excited. I told everybody yesterday we was going back and forth debating on how all of these fights are not happening, and all that. And I kept telling them, I said, baby, help is on the way. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Moving on. Danny Garcia said he's moving up to 154 pounds. It's an ongoing debate in the group right now about that right there because some people say they think Danny gonna do great at 154. I'm not one of the people that believe that. I wish him the best. He says he's gonna go up there and he's gonna fight a couple people to get acclimated with the weight class and all that. But then he says he's definitely looking to fight the champion and the champions, and he feels that he'll do well with them as well. And some people say, okay, he got punching power, he got a chin and all that, but hey, listen, he struggled with the bigger guys at 147. Let's just be honest. He struggled with the bigger guys at 147. Yes, I mean, people can say, they say the 154-pound guys are not as fast as the guys at 147. I don't know. It might be some truth to that, may not be. But I know one thing for sure: the guys at 154 hit even harder than the ones down at 147, and I think they will use their size and strength and weight against him as well. I wish him the best. And I definitely feel by him saying he's already the biggest star at 154 and all that, I definitely feel I already know one person that's going to respond, and that's Jermell Charlo. I know for a fact Jermell Charlo is going to have something to say about him saying he's the biggest star at 154 and hadn't even fought one fight at 154. I know that's not going to bode well. So you already know that wherever he fight, wherever he's going to be, Jermell Charlo is going to be chomping at his bit. Is going to be biting at him everywhere he goes. So it's only inevitable, that he's going in under the ring with Jermell, because Jermell is not going to let him get away with saying he's the biggest star at 154. When Jermell has basically got every belt in that weight class except the one that I think Patrick Texora has, and it's another guy, Castellano, that I don't know if he has a belt or not. I don't know if they gave him a belt or not, because it's so many belts in these weight classes now. I don't know if they awarded these guys one of them side belts, but I know Jermell Charlo is the main guy. He has like 4 or 5 belts right now, and he is not gonna like nobody saying that they are the star. And when he's put on all that work. Moving on. Sean Porter, Bud Crawford look like they're in talks. Look like it's a possibility of that being the thing. Let's hope and pray that goes through, because if that fight goes through, there's hope. There is hope. There's hope. There's hope. Because it's a lot of things out here. The fights are starting to get made. People are now about the attendance is coming back. Hopefully when it comes to that, hopefully that all the safety protocols happen, and hopefully the COVID thing is starting to trend away. Condolences to all those, because I'm not going to be insensitive like most people. Condolences to all those who have lost somebody who had the virus. Condolences, and to all those that dealt with it. It has even came out that it's a possibility that Marvin Hagler passed away through complications he had from taking the vaccine. I don't want to put that out there. That's something that's just put in the street. I don't want to confirm it. I don't want to deny it. I'm just saying that's what's being put out there. That happens. So let's just hope everything stays safe and we can open back up and we start seeing, bigger events, and the fighters can get what they're asking for, compensated, and we can get more and more fights, because, like I said, it's looking like the back half of this year is going to be fire. Look like we got some fire coming up. You look like we're going to get all the fights, a lot of the fights that we want, some very big fights. Speaking of that, Benavidez fought over the weekend against a guy named Ellis. Looked pretty good. I got mixed feelings about it. I got my other partner here, Team Lonely Child. He's really big on Benavidez, and I seen it's a few guys also in the forums that we in that's really big on Benavidez. I think he's a great fighter. I don't not think that he's not a great fighter. I think he's a good fighter. I think he does a lot of great things. He throws a lot of punches. He can bang, and I do think he's a tough opponent for anybody. We definitely need that Charlo fight. Charlo, you got to answer the bell, baby. Got to answer the bell, because I think that fight right there will definitely put whoever wins that fight in line with Canelo Alvarez. It's almost undeniable whoever wins that fight, because whoever wins that fight, that's a major fight. So I think both of them should fight each other. I think it's only right that they fight each other and the winner get Canelo Alvarez, man. But I mean, for those that's putting this kid out there, oh, he's this, that, and the third, can't nobody beat him but Canelo and all that. I pump the brakes on that too, because I seen a few things in that fight that I got reason to pause. You know what I mean? Because this kid Ellis was able to take a lot of his shots. This kid Ellis was actually and putting some good level on him too. Like, I mean, I seen at one point in time, I seen this kid Ellis land like 2-3 punch combos on him. So I mean, that's something when you fighting a more experienced fighter with a better jab, like take Charlo for instance. Charlo has a thudding jab. Boom, boom. He moves you with that jab. So if he puts that same jab that Ellis was landing on him, how effective would it be? You know what I mean? Because a jab is enough to make a puncher shift. You know what I mean? Will Benavidez be able to walk Charlo down the same way he walked down Ellis? You know what I mean? Because does Charlo power go with him at 168? How much of a bang, how much of a pop does Charlo bring to 168? That's a question. These are questions they need to ask. It's all in all, Charlo versus Benavidez is a beautiful fight. It's a makeable fight. It's a fight that has to be made. No question about it. Charlo, you got to make that fight happen. There's no question about it. Charlo versus Benavidez is a dandy, is a great fight. Then I definitely would tune in for that. I'm picking Jamal Charlo. I'm picking Charlo, but I would not be surprised if it go the other way. You know what I mean? Benavidez is young, strong, but you know what I mean. I just want to see him stay disciplined. I want him stay disciplined, continue to make weight, continue to fight, stay sharp, stay doing all the things. I know he's young and got it's a lot of things that distractions he got to deal with, but I still want to see that, that fire inside of him so he can move forward with his career. But definitely Jamal Charlo, definitely a beautiful fight. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, boy. Come on, man. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you, bruh. I've been waiting for you, man. I just talked about your boy, man. I just talked about your boy, Danny Garcia. I just talked about your boy, Danny Garcia, and Child don't need to respond though. Yes, she do. Yes, he do. Yes, he do. I need that. I need that. I think I'm picking Charlo to win that fight. After watching him the other night, I picked Charlo to win the fight. I really think Charlo. I think because and before everybody get jump all over me and talk about his last fight with Ellis. My thing was that boy Ellis was putting some level on him, man. He was landing some shots. That boy, I mean, he was pop, 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 pop. He was throwing some stuff, man. That stuff was landing. I mean, I know that the way Benavidez fight that come forward, walk you down, put you in a range, but that's for that one shot, two shot. This boy Ellis was landing 1, 2, and then I've seen a couple times he landed third. So that's something that's concerning to me. Where it looked good for me because I think Charlo has a thudding jab, a strong jab, a powerful jab. I think Charlo could cause him all kinds of problems. I need you to sign that paper, Charlo. No catch weight. No catch weight. No catch weight. We need y'all to fight at the right weight. He's at 168. Canelo's at 168. This is a fight that can put y'all right in line to fight Canelo. No catch weight, none of that other stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go back for a minute. Ben needs better defensive angles. That's what I'm saying. I agree. 154. You said earlier today, and I'm gonna take your word for it. We're gonna revisit it. You said earlier today you think Dan Charlo doesn't have the best defense either, though. They both come forward fighters, but you don't see nobody landing. You don't see nobody landing no combinations on Charlo though. You may see somebody land a shot here and a shot there, but not no 1, 2, 3. Not no 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? I see. I'm concerned at the fact that my concern with Benavidez after watching that fight was I'm seeing the guy landing combinations. See what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3. That's see what I'm saying? And you get away with that because obviously he's eating the shots. The dude Ellis, his power wasn't all of that. It wasn't enough to bother him or deter him. But I'm saying somebody with a more powerful jab or more powerful punch does that, you know what I'm saying? Does that change, how Benavidez fights? And that's what we need to see. Now, don't get me wrong, man, but don't get me wrong. The boy bringing some lumber too. He's bringing that zeal too. So, I mean, Charlo's going to have to take his stuff too. You know what I mean? That's why it's an interesting fight. That's why this fight is interesting. They tailor-made for each other. Charlo and Benavidez are tailor-made for each other. This is the makers of a great fight. So they need to go ahead and take that Pepsi challenge and get that thing popping. Because I'm dying to see that fight, and I'm with you. I'm riding with you on that one. I'm going to step back for you, though. Because we was talking about Danny. And how you think Danny could have some success at 154. Now, some of the fights you brought up, I think it'll be a good fight. Him versus J-Rock, I think will be a good fight. I think they can get, they can make it an all Philly fight, make it, get all the Philly fans in the building and all that. They can do that, rock on. Him versus Lubin is interesting, too. You know what I mean? I actually like his shots against Lubin. You know what I mean? I like his shots against Lubin too. I like his shots against J-Rock. I don't like his chances against Hurd or Charlo at all. At all. I don't like his chances against Hurd or Charlo, which I like Danny at 154. I think his age, he tailor-made for all them dudes. I think, like I said, I agree. I think I like his chances against Lubin. I like that fight. I like his chances against what's the first boy I said? Not Lubin. I definitely like his chances against J Rock because I don't think it looked like to me, no disrespect to J Rock. I like him. He's a good fighter. I to this day, I'm still trying to figure out what in the world happened at George Mason that night because I'm still trying to figure out how Hurd didn't get that man out of there. You know what I'm saying? Woo! You think Danny beats Hurd? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think he can handle the pressure of Hurd. I don't think he can keep Hurd off him. You know what I'm saying? Because Hurd, Hurd a big boy, man. Jared Hurd a big boy. Jared Hurd is a big boy, and he knows how to use his pressure. You know what I mean? And I think, in my fault, while we talking about him, my condolences to Jared Hurd and the Hurd family and the loss of his father. You know what I mean? You are in our prayers. We pray with you, stand with you, and all that. Praying God mercy and grace upon you and your family right now. I had to say that, man, because he recently lost his father. But him versus Dan, I just think he's too big. He hasn't been looking good, but I think he's switching trainers. I got to see what he look like with this new trainer, and I definitely think that he can do some things to really give Danny problems. You know what I'm saying? I heard his fighting is backing up style though. He may go back to his new stuff. I think sometimes after you fight a fight and it don't go the right way and things get a little shaky, sometimes you get a little gun shy. You get a little gun shy. You know what I'm saying? You get a little gun shy. So I think that he definitely will fix that and come and do what he got to do in a fight like that because that's a golden egg. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also another person I don't think Danny B. I think Eris Landy boxed the socks off him. I think Eris Landy will box his socks off. Eris Landy will box Danny Garcia socks off, baby. Eris Landy, baby. He listen. Go up there, fight Keith like you said. I don't even think he should fight Keith. But go up there and fight your fight against J Rock. Do your Philly thing. Get everybody packed in. J Rock versus Danny Garcia. That's a fight that we'll fry the chicken for, and everybody can come out and see. Then you can fight maybe Erickson Lubin. That'll be a good fight. But then after that, you get in there with Laura, you get in there with her, you get in there with Charlo. I think it's gonna get shaky. I think it's gonna get shaky. Danny lets his hands go. He's dangerous at 154. He don't need as much speed. I know, but I'm talking about like I said, Lubin and them guys like that because they in his range. You understand what I'm saying? Lubin is in his range. J Rock is kind of in his range. So when he throws those hooks that he likes to throw. But Laura just too much. Laura too skilled. Hurd is too big to me. And I think Jamal Charlo is just too dangerous. Jamal Charlo is gonna try to kill him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Jamal Charlo not playing with him. But you know what though? Now when you think about it though, I thought about that though. I'm telling you, man, I sat there, I counted on what you said. Now after you think about it, I do think that he actually got a better chance. What's up, Vern? What's up, Vern? He actually got a better chance at beating. He actually got a better. He might cause some more problems for Jamal than Jamel than I thought. But I don't know. It's a big if. See what I'm saying? It's a big if when he fight Jamel because it's a big if. You know what I mean? Jamel gonna try to get him out of there. Jamel is not gonna sit across that ring and just pity pat with him. Now Danny's number one attribute is those exchanges. He can't beat Charlo or Bananas. Then why you say Hurd though? Why you say Hurd though? I'm with you, Charlo and Bananas, because Bananas is a banger too. But why you think he can be Hurd? He can be Harrison. I think anybody can be Harrison. No disrespect to him. I just think it's time. Hey, he's done. To me, I think Harrison is done. I see you like him at 154. I see you like him at 154. And like I say, I like the fights. I like Danny versus Lubin. I like Danny versus J Rock. I semi like him in a fight against somebody. I think he can. I think he can make a. I think he can make the fight with Charlo interesting. I don't think he can beat Charlo, but I think he can make it interesting. I think those crazy hooks he throw. I think he can catch. I don't think he beat me. I don't think he beat her. I don't think he beat her. I'm not even saying it because her my dude. I don't think he can beat Jer. I don't think he can beat Jer. I really don't. I think Jer can rock homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I really think Jer can rock homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really do think Jer can rock old boy. You know what I'm saying? My man, her don't fight. Her don't fight. Her don't fight. Hold on, I got another one before you. My brother don't just let his hands go. He always waiting to counter. He don't utilize his jab enough, Danny. All right, would you say to that, Troy? He said that Danny don't just let his hands go. He always waiting to counter. He don't utilize his jab enough. That's where his most dangerous at though. He's most dangerous in the exchanges. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, to me, I'm standing on that. I see you not gonna budge. I see you sticking with your gun. But to me, Danny got a solid chin. He do got a solid chin. But these boys here hit hard. They hit harder. These are bigger boys. These are bigger punchers. See what I'm saying? These are bigger boys and bigger punchers. Now listen. He survived some of these other fights. He did. He did. He did. He got a solid chin. He survived. I don't think. Oh man, like there's only two of them up there. I think would definitely get him out of there. I think Banana. I don't think Bananas will get him out of there either. I think Charlo can get him out of there. I think Herb can get him out of there. You know what I mean? Those are my two right there. I think they can get him out of there. You know what I mean? I think Ernst Landy will chop him up, box him, give him angles, give him fits, do what he gotta do to get the dub. But I think those guys hurt him, man. I think those guys hurt him, man. So we're moving forward. Why I got y'all on here, man? Listen, everybody here in the comments, give me your favorite Marvin Hagler moment. Give me your favorite Hagler. I mean, anything that you gotta say or think of about Marvin Hagler, man. Give me a Hagler moment, man, because that was one of my favorite guys. You know what I mean? That was one of my favorite guys, man. Give me a Hagler moment, man. You know what I mean? As we remember, one of the greatest generals that ever put the gloves on. You know what I mean? I mean, all throughout here, I just gotta, give him his roses and everything that come with that, man. Because I love Marvin Hagler, man. You know what I mean? Definitely. Give me a Hagler moment, man. David, Troy, all y'all. Tell me what y'all think of Hagler, man. What's your thoughts on him? Will you rank him? How you felt about him? What all you know about him? You know what I mean? As we go through this here. Triller, 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 Triller. Triller's definitely making some noise. And I did my homework on Triller this week, these last couple of weeks and this weekend, man, because I wanted to know exactly who these guys was and what they're doing. And actually, and it's not just Triller, it's some other guys out there, these outside sources, man, him and Ray. Okay, here we go. Him and Ray is epic. That made me want to watch Box Fan. Much love to that great brother. Man, listen, like I told everybody, I remember I was a kid, so I was too young. But I remember when everybody would had to go, they had to pay money, get in the car, drive out to the Capitol Center and watch these fights on what they call closed circuit TV. They had this great big screen that they put in the Capitol Center, and you had to watch it like that. And then at times you could go to the drive-in movies and watch fights. You know what I mean? Yeah, Marvin is definitely one of the best to ever do it. No question. No question. It's few that you can put in front of him. And a lot of people don't realize this too. Even when you look at his record, right? Those first two losses on his record, not really losses. They robbed him. See what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you view that Sugar Ray fight. Because you got some people that still contest it, whether he lost or not. So he's either like 64-1 or like 65-0 if you really look at him for real. You know what I'm saying? If you really look at his body of work for real. You know what I mean? That's how vicious that guy was, man. You know what I mean? And it was because of them first two losses early in his career was when he decided to forget it. I'm not gonna box Bama no more. Because a lot of people didn't realize how good of a boxer Marvin was, man. Marvin could box. Southpaw, jab, hook, uppers, everything. He had the full package. But then a lot of people, he got robbed them first two fights early in his career. So he said from that point on, he ain't boxing Bama's. He's trying to take Bama's heads off. That's when he became the animal that we saw in that ring. And like I said, that Bama, that fight with him and Mugabe, matter of fact, I'm looking after I leave the gym tonight, because we'll be in the gym with the Russells again tonight. But after I leave the gym tonight, I'm definitely gonna sit down in my dungeon tonight and I'm pulling up that Mugabe fight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look at the Mugabe fight and I'm gonna look at the Hearns fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at both of them, man. But yeah, he definitely had everything. You know what I'm saying? He definitely had everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? He had the whole enchilada, man. You know what I mean? He could box, he could bang. You know what I mean? I don't think I ever really seen him hurt. The only fight that I was really mad at him was I hated that Duran fight. I hated that Duran fight because if you want to be honest, man, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know what was wrong with him that night he fought Duran. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for him to beat the brakes off Duran. So I really did, man. I was looking for him to beat the brakes off Duran, but he just wasn't himself that night. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, as much as I love him, that fight right there got a little shaky. That fight right there got a little shaky. He made that Duran fight harder than it had to be. Him and Duran rumbled. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody ever want to say anything about Roberto, that fight against Hagler, he gave everything. He gave everything he had that night, champ. That was it. And those are the four kings. Those are the original four kings. Those are the original four kings that these young kids out here tonight. So listen, for all y'all out there that think us old school watchers are hating on these young fighters and all that, no, bro. Listen, we're not haters. We're telling you the truth. It's only hate when you lie. I'm saying we came up looking at fighters like this. Hagler versus Duran versus Leonard, Duran versus Hearns versus Hagler versus Leonard. We came up with that, where the best fought the best. And they gave it to us fight after fight, night after night. Benitez was up in the mix. Wilfred Benitez, he fought Tommy Hearns. He fought Sugar Ray Leonard. He fought Roberto Duran. The best fought the best. We had that. We didn't need nobody to make a Super Six for y'all to fight each other. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's why when we talk like we talk and we see the angle, like some of y'all in the DC group, I understand where you coming from. See, people think when I voice my opinion, I start to give the little insights that I know you think I'm defending these promoters or companies or trying to make excuses for fights that are happening. No, I came from this. This is my era. I came from the golden era, so I know. I seen the best fight the best. I've been watching boxing since Ali. See what I'm saying? I started at the end of Ali's career. Yes, Benitez. I started at the end of Ali. I seen Sugar Ray Leonard entire career. I seen Pernell Whitaker and all them guys entire career. I watched Pernell Whitaker fight Julio Cesar Chavez down at the Alamo Dome. Come on, bro. So we came from this. So a lot of us old schoolers who still sticking around watching these fights and still love boxing, we know what the best versus the best look like. And we know what y'all giving us out there ain't it. But like I told y'all yesterday in the group, help is on the way. Help is on the way. I think the times is turning. And a good sign of that is, listen, a lot of people complain about the fight, but I'm glad the fight got made. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is a great fight. Regardless of how we feel about what happened, Hagler's heart is what made him great. Man, listen, that's true. He had heart the size of Texas. Man, when you hear that man, in the corner tell his trainer that his opponent gonna have to hit him with the ring post, they don't make him like that no more, bro. They don't make him like that no more. Cause now a lot of these fighters, they know, man, if I got a big enough I'm gonna get to Triller. I'm trying to work my way to Triller. But right now, I'm gonna work my way to Triller. But right now, man, my juice is going. Because I love this sport, man. I love this sport. I love this sport. And Hagler, see, whenever like I hate that it's because of this, but with Hagler and fighters like that, they was what boxing was made of, bro. That dude, like I said, man, it didn't matter who it was. It wouldn't matter who it was. Just like, because everybody was scared of Mugabe at that time. Everybody was scared of Mugabe at that time because Mugabe was crushing Bama's. Mugabe was crushing people, man. People didn't even know about how dangerous John Mugabe was. And Marvin went out there and got it in with that young killer, man, and rumbled him like no other. Like I said, tonight, if you got time, get you some popcorn, put the kids to bed, go to YouTube or whatever it is, and so if you, I don't know, we got it on a DVD, but if you get a chance, look at that Mugabe Hagler fight tonight, baby. Look at that Mugabe Hagler fight tonight, baby. It's everything you want in a fight. And then find me a fight today. Find me a fight today in 2020. We're gonna give 2020 a pass. We're gonna give 2020 a pass because of the pandemic. But find me a fight from 2019 on up that you can compare to that Hagler Mugabe fight. And we're gonna talk about it. Yes, sir. Cause that's what I come from, baby. Man, that Mugabe called that man out. He the only man that answered. Everybody was out there was not trying to see that monster. Frank the Animal Fletcher, and all the mother dudes that man just went out there and just dismantled them man. He just dismantled them. He didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Tommy didn't have a fight. Tommy didn't have a fight, Chad. But that's what I'm talking about. Tommy knew what he was getting in the ring with. He told that man in the press conference. He said, "Listen, Tommy, I'm gonna try to break every bone in your body." And the thing about it is, Tommy knew he was telling the truth. He knew Hagler was gonna come out there and try to kill him, and he still went out there and gave everything he had. You see what I'm saying? So even when you get knocked out or something like that, you can't look down at fighters like that. Speaking of that, it was a post early in the group today. I gotta get you, boy. When you put up a post talking about some Tommy Hearns duck Michael Nunn. Lord Jesus, bro. Listen, Michael Nunn was a good fighter. Michael Nunn was a good up and comer. But you can't say somebody ducked him after they had already fought Sugar Ray, after they had already fought Marvin Hagler, after they already fought Wilfred Benitez, after they already fought Roberto Duran. It's cases where I think we all use this word duck too loosely. We use this duck too loosely. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of cases out here. Listen, these promoters, some of these promoters are hiding their fighters. Some of these promoters are putting their fighters, trying to, build their fighters up, get them to a certain revenue. So that way, when they finally fight a particular fight, the risk matches the reward. That's what's hurting boxing. But why I say to everybody, and I'm gonna touch it, but I'm gonna come back to it. Why I say to everybody, help is on the way, because not just Triller, it's a couple of these outside groups. That's coming in, throwing big money on the table. They throwing big money at these fighters. They throwing big money at these promoters and let these promoters know. But see, what these guys do, even when they're not able to make the fight, sometimes these other outside guys, they assist the promoters in everything that comes with the fight. They assist the promoters with some of the, the back end money, so the promoter don't got to come out of pocket for certain things. So these promoters are fully aware of who these people are. See what I'm saying? That's like when you look at a fight, and a fight come on TV, look around the ring. Look around the ring and look around the arena. Look at some of these other banners. You see all these names and all these other names is up there. Those ain't just names. Those people that help contribute to the promotion of the fight. See what I'm saying? So, and a lot of these are coming in. Now, Triller, hold on, before I get back to that, right? Tommy's a legend too. Nunn was nice, but he wasn't. Listen, my only argument with that situation is this. I think in certain cases, because I know in today, it's everybody saying everybody ducking, this one ducking, that one ducking, this and the third. You cannot make no claim, like Tommy Hearns ducked Michael Nunn, because that's blasphemous. Tommy Hearns was in a different space in his life. By the time Michael Nunn even came to fruition, Tommy Hearns had been a champion for 10 years. You know what I mean? You can't say I ducked somebody out there. I done already fought the creme of the creme. I done already fought the legends of the legends. I done already put the this class, that class. You leave them people alone, bro. Leave them people alone. What's up, G? What's up, Jay? What's up, Tex? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. You can't say no stuff like that, man. Don't listen. And anytime y'all want to talk to me, don't disrespect the four kings. Don't do it. Don't say nothing. Don't say because you know it's another rumor that somebody put out there talking about Marvin Hagler ducked Michael McCallum. Stop it. Stop it. You know what I mean? Why would my listen, man? We seen Marvin Hagler fight too many wars against real killers, real bangers. I mean, some of these names that I could probably name that a lot of people that don't study boxing on the regular probably don't know their name. It was a Bama named Juan Rodan, killer, killer. He went, Hagler went out there and banged that man out. Frank the Animal Fletcher, Hagler banged that man out. John the Beast Mugabe. Watch that fight tonight. All boxing fans, tonight before you go to bed, watch Hagler versus Mugabe. Watch Hagler and then post what you think in the Team Lonely Child boxing room. You know what I mean? Watch that fight tonight. And then tell me the last time you seen a fight that good. Tell me the last time you seen a fight that good. But let me get to this. Triller. Triller is going to be around for a long time because they money long and they money real. What I did my homework. And I want all y'all to remember this, because this part right here, I want y'all to remember. A lot of people don't know that Triller is actually a group of African Americans. They don't know that yet. I'm waiting for when this get out, and it get out here, when people finally figure out and find out who Triller really is. When they find out, I want to see how everybody change. How all of a sudden they're gonna go from the most, oh my God, thank you Triller for bringing boxing back, to watch how everybody start hating on him. Trust me when I tell you, it's coming. And remember, I told you first, but yes, Triller is a group of African Americans. I had no idea. I was wondering who is Triller, but there's a group of African Americans. I'm not going to really put their true identity out there, but it's a group of African Americans that came together and they put together, and what they're doing is they all coming together and they all putting their money and their resources into a pot. So that way, it's never going to go away because this person's a millionaire, that person's a billionaire, that person's a millionaire, this person's a billionaire, and they all come together and make it one great big company. And they're trying to do a lot of things for black-owned companies and businesses, but they have divorced themselves in the boxing business, and they're trying to give people their money. So I'm saying, so you know what I mean. So what I'm saying is this, man. What they doing is special, bro. What they doing is special. So right now, see, and I'm kind of mad at them. I'm glad I got to find out about it because it makes me feel different about the situation in them. But I kind of wish they kept it to themselves. But then again, though, we at that point where, like Diddy said last night at the award show, we ain't gotta hide who we are no more. Walk through the front door. Triller not going nowhere, y'all. They not going nowhere because, like I said, they money long. They money long. So if Triller can get us the fights we want, and Triller can get the fighters that we love and like the paydays that they want and all that, I'm behind you, baby. I'm behind you. I'm with you on that. Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out what we need to do to do our part. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, us as fans, all we want to do is see the real fights. All we want to do is see the best fight the best. And through that, I think we can get it. And it's not just Triller. It's a couple groups out there. Dudes from the South, a couple cats from Saudi Arabia. It's a couple these cats out here throwing money. They throwing money. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens from there. But yeah, Triller, listen, it's a good thing, man. What made me really look at Triller was when they bought the verses. The verses thing. Everybody that for all of us that watch that's on Instagram watching versus battles, that when they bought that platform, I was like, what the world? Bought the platform. And then there, we did our homework. I'm like, oh snap. See, and I don't want to touch on the music part of it because it's even big for those that do music and artists, man. Triller is the real deal, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Triller. You know what I mean? These boys, like the song said, real gangsters move in silence. They did that. They did that. And if they can help us in the boxing world and they can get us the fights we want, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, the four kings of boxing, that's what I come from. That's what I love. That's what we want to see. So listen, all y'all young fighters out there, actually, if all the young fighters out there, y'all need to go home and watch some Marvin Hagler film. Watch how he carried himself. Look how he conducted himself. Everything about him was strictly about the fight. He didn't care. I want to fight. I'm here to fight. I'm here to what? You know what I mean? That man came to the press conference where has to say war. I'm here to go to war. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit me with the ring post to get me out of here, man. That was my guy. Salute to the general. Salute to the general, man. It's nothing but love, man. I really love Marvin Hagler, man. And like I said, I'm gonna watch them two fights tonight. I'm gonna watch Tommy Hearns and Hagler, and I'm gonna watch the Mugabe fight. You know what I mean? Not gonna watch the Sugar Ray fight. I don't want to watch no fight where they say he didn't win. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sugar. You know what I mean? Even though I'm from the DMV, and I back Sugar to the T. But Hagler was my guy. Hagler was my dude. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going front. I ain't going front of y'all. I was voting for Hagler that night. Sugar the homie, but I was voting for Hagler that night. You know what I mean? Any other fight, I'm with Sugar all the way. Sugar tried and true, but that night I was going for Hagler. I sometimes we got to go against the home team. You know what I mean? I don't want to, but hey, man, Hagler was my dude. You know what I mean? I was a big Hagler fan. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite fighters ever, man. Hagler was of course, nobody will ever replace Ali in my heart. Ali will always be my favorite fighter. And then it was Pernell Whitaker, Marvin Hagler. I was a Roy Jones fan at one point in time. I was a Roy fan. I was a Roy fan, man. That was a crusher, you know what I mean, when my Tarver knocked my man out. But yeah, I was a Roy fan. At one point, I mean, even Shane. I was a Shane fan at one point in time too. B Hop, you know what I'm saying? Ike Corte, Winky, you know what I mean? Those were some of my guys. Some of y'all post some. I mean, tell me who y'all favorite fighters are today and yesterday. Don't matter from any time. Just name some of y'all favorite fighters, man. Tell me who they are, man. You know what I mean? Tell me who your favorite fighters is. You know what I mean? Like today's time, of course, I love Bud Crawford, Spence. I like Tyson Fury. I like Joshua. I like Fury. I like Wilder. I like all of them. You know what I'm saying? I like Teofimo. Love that whole group of fighters. Teofimo, Shakur, uh, um, uh, Devin, Tank. Love all of them. Like Shakur the best out of that group. Of course, Gary Russell. That's my guy. Love Gary Russell. Love his brothers too. Be on the lookout. Should be some announcements coming from that camp soon, and I'm gonna definitely keep y'all posted over there as we spend a little bit more time over in that gym with them. Anything that they allow me to put out, I definitely put out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it should be some nice fight announcements coming from that camp. Not just for Gary, but for the brothers as well. So it's some stuff. It's some stuff on the horizon over there, and I'll definitely keep y'all posted on that. You know what I mean? As we get closer to certain things, you know what I mean? We actually got I got a lineup of interviews coming, coming through as well. That we're gonna be able to get to y'all, man, and let y'all check out. Got some interviews that's gonna be coming through, man. Just had to go through some talk to a few people's managers and things like that, man. Salvador Sanchez, Wilfredo Gomez, James Tony, Marvin Hagler. Boy, you took it back there too, boy. So you an old school boxing fan. Salvador Sanchez and Wilfredo Gomez. A lot of people don't know nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? Another one, Ricardo Lopez. Ricardo Lopez was another one. A lot of people didn't know about them boys. Willie Pep and all them boys, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep that list up there, man, because that's a nice little list right there, man. Salvador, Wilfredo, James Tony. That's a nice little mob right there. I ain't mad at you, man. I ain't mad at that at all. A lot of people need to go back. See, that's what I'm saying. The essence. Oh, man, it's like what Common said about hip hop when he made that song. I used to love her, man. I miss her. I miss her. You know what I mean? Because this year is the year we should have some of that going on. We should have some of that this year. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. And I definitely think step one, how would you compare the real deal to Hagler? Both had hard, good wars between the two. Who will win in their prime time? You talking about Holyfield? Are you talking about Holyfield? You know what I'm saying? You talking about Evander Holyfield? Talking about the real deal? Or somebody else? Because to be honest with you, bro, I forgot to mention him. He was another one of my favorites. I loved Evander Holyfield to death. Hey man, I hate to say this, man. I I don't even want to imagine that fight because those was my guys, bro. Those was my guys. You hear me? Like my heart. Listen, when he lost to Riddick Bowe that night, son, I almost cried like a baby in the barbershop that night, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I almost cried like a baby. Like I couldn't. No, I can't. I can't. I love them dudes, man. I love them dudes, man. Evander Holyfield, bro, listen, man. The way Evander would like this dude's not even a real heavyweight. See, this guy wasn't even a real heavyweight. This is a guy that got in the ring with them big boys, man, and them boys was too big for him, and he just would bang with them boys, knowing he wasn't supposed to be doing that, and would bang with them bangers, man. I mean, look, every time it looked like he about to go out, he come back rumbling like old pit bull, man. Nah, man. That was my guy. That was my guy, bro. That's my guy. That's a good question, man. But that's my dude, bro. That's my dude. That's my dude, man. I loved him, man. Like everybody was a Tyson fan, and I was always the one in the shop that always had to, I got to find a wild card. So when everybody was a Tyson fan, I'm like, Holyfield, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I got to pick. Come on, man. Hey man, hey man, I can't. I'm gonna have to. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think just to be put it like this, just like it was a fight they put up the other day when they put up the old fight when James Tony fought Holyfield, and man, and somebody tried to say it was Somebody tried to say, I ain't gonna say it because he my man. I love him. My man that said it, he my man, but he was like, he was like, it was close to being on an even playing field when James Tony fought Holyfield. And I was like, come on, bro. There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world James Tony does that to a Holyfield, even close to being himself. It's not possible because he was that dude. But to answer your question, man, outside, I don't got nobody beating Evander in his prime. I don't got nobody beating Evander in his prime except for like a Ali or somebody from that cloth of that era. But nobody in his era beats him. Not when he was on his game. You know what I'm saying? Evander was on his game, man. Evander was beast, shorty. The things he did, man, to them dudes was vicious, bro. And like I say, he had the heart of a lion. He had the heart of a lion, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he hit Riddick Bowe with everything but the kitchen sink. See, and like put it like this, even in a fight like that, if your fighter lose, you can't be mad. See, that's what we looking for, fighters of the day. We're gonna keep reiterating that, fighters of the day. That's what we looking for. If you lose, leave it all in the ring. Go out on your shield. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Go out on your shield. Go out on your shield. Fighters of the day ain't about that, man. Like a lot of them ain't about that because while they're in the middle of the ring, they looking for it. They looking at their Twitter followings. They looking at how many people follow them on Instagram and all that. Oh well, you know what? I'll win tonight, man. I get another, couple mil on another fight. Nah, babe. Nah. We want to see you go out on your shield. We want to see you go out on your shield. And that's what we're looking for. And that's why people get mad when these fights don't get made. You know what I mean? And we see your promoter able to move you past certain fighters because they got certain styles that you feel you don't want to see your fighter in the ring with. Back in the day, it didn't matter because half the time they threw the styles out the window. They just went to work. They just went to war. When Sugar Ray fought Tommy Hearns that first fight, it wasn't no style. Them battlers came in that ring and they went to war. They went to war. That man hit Tommy Hearns, hit that man so hard he detached his retina. That man got blind spots in his eye to this day for fighting Tommy Hearns. Bruh, that take me back to that man saying that some Tommy Hearns ducked Michael Nunn. Bruh. Don't talk about them boys, man. Them boys fought too many wars for somebody to say they ducked somebody. Don't say that. But he did ask a good question. Sean Porter, somebody asked Sean Porter, would he fight Bruce Ennis or one of the guys? And he basically said pretty much he's not interested in fighting those kind of guys. So the question was, do I consider that a duck if somebody in Sean Porter's position says he doesn't want to fight a Bruce Ennis or something like that? I'm going to say this. Typically, somebody in Sean Porter's position basically saying, because right now Sean Porter is basically, a former champion, and he's not a champion at this point. But you know what I'm saying? He's a former champion, so basically he's really, he's a contender, what have you. But somebody in his position, normally I would say, nah, he should fight the youngin because if he's not, that is technically ducking. But in Sean Porter's case, I may make an exception because Sean Porter has fought everybody. Sean Porter has fought the whole welterweight division. He don't need no Super Six. He's fought them all. Like if he gets this Terrence Crawford fight, that means he would have fought Earl. He would have fought Terrence. He'd have fought Keith. He'd have fought Danny. He fought Adrian Broner. He fought Paulie Malignaggi. He fought Devin Alexander. He fought Kell Brook. There's nothing you can say to Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter did it the old school way. You know what I mean? Sean Porter did it the old school way. So, but a lot of times fighters like Sean Porter, because they didn't win every fight, y'all push them to the curb. So that's why us as fans, you got to hold yourself accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable that if these fighters do what you ask them to do, don't turn around and stone them if they don't win every fight. See, that's why some of them don't want to do it because they like, forget y'all, because see what happened? I did what you asked me to do, and just because I didn't win, you turned your back on me. So y'all don't be fraudulent fans. Don't be fraudulent fans, man, because that's what that's where you let the fighters on the hook. The fighters got a point there because look at Sean. People are diminishing Sean. Oh, Sean don't deserve this. Sean should only get $1 million. And Sean should just be happy to get $1 million. Why? Sean Porter has fought everybody. Sean Porter has fought them all. Sean Porter fought them all. Wall to wall, treetop tall. He done it. So if we're going to do that, can't become, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Porter deserves that. So if he decided, he said, you know what, I don't want to fight Bruce Ennis because I'm looking for a bigger fight, I could give him that. You know what I'm saying? Because good God, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And like I said, and not only did he fight them all, he fought them all. I mean, he fought them. You know what I'm saying? He fought them. He ain't just get in the ring with him. He fought them. See, and there's other guys. Like I'm gonna challenge a lot of y'all. Check this out. It's a dude out there named Donnell Boone. Look up the Donnell Boone story. Look him up. Look up Donnell Boone. See what I'm saying? Just like even the dude that Danny Jacobs just fought, Gabe Rosado. He has fought everybody. He's fought everybody. See, so when fighters go out there and do what y'all asked you to do, like if you go back and you pull up this dude Donnell Boone, right? Look up Donnell Boone. Go through his boxing record and look at all the people he fought. Look at all the people that Bama fought. See what I'm saying? Go back and look at Donnell Boone. Look up Donnell Boone. Look at all the people he fought. And a lot of y'all that's probably watching, or a lot of people that's gonna catch this, probably you don't even never heard of Donnell Boone. You don't even know who Donnell Boone is. But look him up. And then look at everybody he fought. Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, Adonis Stevenson. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know what I mean? He's fought a rack of people. You know what I'm saying? And I think he fought Sergey twice. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't fight these dudes when, he fought them when they was all on the come up. You know what I'm saying? He dropped Andre Ward. He knocked out Adonis Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look up some of these fighters, man. Donnell Boone, man. So like I said, man, so if these fighters do what y'all ask them to do, and they get in the ring and fight, celebrate them, win or loss. Win or lose, you got to celebrate them. You can't throw rocks and bricks at them every time they lose and then say, wonder why they don't want to, they only want to fight the fights do they give them the most money. You can't have it both ways. Can't have it both ways, man. Woo! It's so fine. It's so fine. Important stuff is when you're gonna get show regardless of the outcome. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like when the question came about, it's a valid question, but like I said, I give him a pass because, like I said, he fought everybody, and he fought them, and he fought them. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's valid. So, like I said, I'm gonna reiterate this in case somebody just chimed in. If y'all gonna ask these fighters to fight certain fights, and they fight that fight, don't turn around and dog them and be like, oh, they trash, they this, they that, and the third, and then get mad when they only want to fight certain fights. You know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? Because if we want to get back to the golden days, we got to act like it's the golden days. You know what I mean? And we can start getting some trilogies and some good fights, man. Like I said, man, boxing is starting to come back. I'm starting to actually feel good about boxing again. Thank you, Triller. Thank you, Triller. Thank you, you the other guys over there. I'm just gonna call you the other guys because I don't want to call you out your name, but thank y'all for getting these people in line to make these fights happen. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these people invested in that Fury Joshua fight, but that's okay. Whatever get them in the ring. Whatever get them in the ring. Also speaking of Triller, they do got a fight card coming up. The Jake Paul is headlining. Jake Paul is the headliner. And on the undercard is Antonio Tarver. He's fighting Murr. Both of these guys are fighting, I think, MMA fighters or whatever. But like I said, Triller put the card together. And I'm pretty sure Triller going to make it. They're going to package it nice. They're going to have some guest commentators, performances, and all that. That's why Triller had all them rappers and people like that performing and all that because they from the music industry. Uh-huh. And see, one thing about the music industry that will help you transition into promotion and all that, they know the inner workings of promotions. They know the inner workings of how to get money from sponsors, and they know how to get money from things like that. So they really good. They really shop their businesses and promoting and putting together events that make people they stay interested in. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. So like I said, man. Appreciate you, Triller. Thank you for all you doing. Hey, y'all, appreciate y'all for chiming in with me today. That's going to do it today. I may go live again from the gym later on today. It just all depends on how, if they, how that works out. But we will be in the gym later on tonight. And like I said, I may go live again from the gym. But until then, man, y'all be good. Have a safe, prosperous, wonderful day, man. And peace and God bless.